What it do, you two? Welcome to Hip Hop World. It's your boy Poppa Benji. We are back with another video today, man. We got some news for David. Man, LAPD confirmed dismemberment and friends involvement. What the fuck? Let's check this out, y'all.
Crap more gang. Is that time. It is actually that time. Okay, it's not quite that time, but it's a step towards that time that a lot of people have been waiting for, a lot of people have been praying for, a lot of people thought would have come by now. But finally, we're hearing from TMZ that David is now apparently, according to private sources that are dealing with TMZ, okay, bruh. They're saying that the investigators are now viewing David as a suspect in the Celeste Rivas apparent homicide. Now, they're being very careful about their wording. I'm sure they have to. And everything in this video is my opinion. Okay, I don't want to get sued. Everything in this video is my opinion. I'm just going to give you my opinion. My opinion is that I'm delighted to hear this. That's just my opinion. My opinion is I'm actually relieved that perhaps the streets might be safe once again. Okay, perhaps there might.
In a way, I feel like, in my opinion as well, in a way, I feel like David was able to cover a lot of stuff since he has so much fame and he has so much money. So this how special treatment is shown.
Might be justice for little girls that are found dead in the trunks of celebrities' cars. And I'm not even joking. I'm not making light of it. We've all been wondering, why the hell hasn't anything been done about this? Why hasn't anything been done about? Why can you just be found with a dead body in your car? Well, now it might seem like the tide is finally turning. Okay, TMZ are the ones to report it, and I've got some other reaction on other.
Yeah, because it's your fucking car, bro. You got to think about it, bro. Like, you really got to think about that shit, bro. Even if you gotta roll up and smoke to that shit, you really gotta think about that shit. That shit was in that nigga Tesla, bro. So it was somebody that you know. Don't lie and say, you feel me? If y'all ever watch Netflix movies, bro, y'all know that shit don't be seeming right, bro.
Right, as always, okay? It says David is viewed as a suspect in the death of Celeste Rivas, the teenager who was found decomposing in his Tesla. Law enforcement sources with direct knowledge are telling TMZ. I'm out of breath. I ran back to my, we've all been waiting to hear this, okay? This is actually such a relief for a lot of people, in my opinion. As far as we know, there's no paperwork classifying David as a suspect, but as one of our sources told us, investigators are looking at David as a suspect. So all of those posts that you saw on Instagram talking about David's cleared of any wrong, cleared, yeah, sure. You know, what happened to all these posts? You remember all these posts going around? This wasn't the only one. It was post after post after post after post. Suspiciously, oh, David's not named as a murder suspect.
That y'all dumb motherfucking news people always fucking up doing dumb shit. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Stop speaking if y'all don't know what's going on. You feel me? Don't speak until y'all see the end verdict. You know what I'm saying? It's like seeing a race and somebody starting and they're in the middle of the race and you trying to fucking put in a parlay on who the fuck about to win now, and then the motherfucker that was last end up winning first.
Oh no, couldn't possibly be. No.
Plus this nigga's weird. I ain't even about to say nothing mean.
No evidence, just a photo and some text. Just a photo and some text. Well, now we've got a different photo and some text, okay? And they're saying, even though there's no paperwork, the job is being done. The authorities are taking this seriously. It says we're also told they're viewing Celeste's death as a homicide. Even though the medical examiner has yet to determine the cause or manner of death, investigators are still awaiting the toxicology results. One source claims the police investigation revealed that around the spring of 2025, David took a trip in the middle of the night to a remote area of Santa Barbara County and remained there for several hours. We've not double-sourced that information. It's also unclear why a spring trip would be on the LAPD's radar. Now, they're inferring something happened on this trip, right? We've seen him have that creepy video of him waving at the hotel. We've seen, you know, you've seen me. If you followed all the videos, you've seen me tracking the route from Texas to Los Angeles and the route through New Mexico that goes through this creepy. Now they're saying that there was a remote trip in the middle of the night to Santa Barbara County, and he was just out there for hours. What's that all about? They're saying we've not been able to find a photo or video of Celeste since September 2024. It says David was living in the Hollywood Hills rental home. The cops searched the property for blood evidence, and his Tesla was abandoned on a nearby street and towed to an impound lot where Celeste's body was later found in the front trunk. They've got everything, all right? Delete everything. It's too late. All right, it's too late to delete everything, right? But they've got the footage. They've got the throwback of her on the stream, all right? We're finally getting it taken seriously, man. This is such great news for justice. You know, they've replaying this.
Yo, wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which
that.
one? What's good, David? Big fan, big spot me. Yo, thank you, Mitochondria. Appreciate you.
I gotta stop with him if you even. We need to delete this.
Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too?
No, you can't. It can't be deleted. None of this can be deleted, unfortunately, okay? You know...
Wait. Why did he want it deleted?
I gotta stop with him if you even... We need to delete this.
Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too?
As soon as the stream and delete the stream too. Why? Like, you niggas that was some weird shit right there.
No, you can't. It can't be deleted. None of this can be deleted, unfortunately, okay?
Not no more. Not no more, because you got it, I got it, he got it, they got it, she got it, we got it.
You know, this basically is going to break everything down, right? But essentially, this is kind of a follow-up, right? It's Tuesday. Apparently, the LAPD told TMZ on Monday that they're not close to making an arrest. They've even reached out to David's camp, but so far they've had no word back, no response, no reply. David is clearly in shambles at the moment, okay?
Yo, I thought y'all was gonna be fully cooperative. I remember I watched the video like a month or two back. Y'all said y'all was gonna be fully cooperative.
That is in my opinion. But this news has circulated all over the place, okay? David is now being viewed as a suspect in the death of Celeste Rivas, the teenager who was found decomposing in his Tesla. It's just a marked change. Now we're seeing different text with images on it, right? Now we're seeing different text. Please confirm that David's not a suspect. Nope, it was all good just a week ago. Same picture, different text, all right? People saying they got to make up their mind. Is he a suspect or not? You keep changing your minds every other week. It is very confusing. It is very frustrating.
Definitely
it is very unfair.
is.
Now, what I think is interesting, okay, is there's now a little bit more chatter going on Reddit. And, you know, this has gone around in the David 2 subreddit. Now, what's interesting about this, okay? So apparently, okay, this is news reporting via the Citizen app. And it says singer David under investigation in girl's death and is not cooperating. Okay, it's an interesting place for this to basically be getting circulated, right? People are saying, I just saw it as a headline on YouTube. I'm wondering if the LAPD has confirmed this or not. We already knew he wasn't cooperating. There's no legal paperwork for it, but people are saying they're actually getting official updates in the Citizen app. Okay, this is really what's going on, right?
How did y'all what?
All LA news stations.
Yo, niggas be on some fucking detective shit, bro. I swear to you. What the fuck app is that?
Breaking through major news outlets. Everybody's been waiting for this news, okay? And what I think is interesting, right? We're seeing it on ABC7. It's official, okay? This is actually being put out there. It wouldn't surprise me if the LAPD is actually officially beginning to put this out there, because they might not be far behind. They might be about to announce something big, okay? It seems like there is a bit of a PR game that seems to get played by the cops in these sorts of situations. And I think, in my opinion, an arrest could be actually coming quite soon. I don't think this will be getting pushed to so many official news outlets like this. Bear in mind, think of all the little tidbits of information and these little clues and these things that we've seen on Reddit that haven't really hit the mainstream news. But now we're seeing it everywhere. We're seeing ABC7, TMZ, apparently the Citizen app, okay?
Right.
It's official.
Verified.
It's ABC7.
Verified news. Yeah.
Certified. It's official. David is indeed considered a suspect, all right? Stop the cap. All of this cap, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute, because I feel like my theory actually might end up being correct about this. Look at this. They've even got the news footage like this. It doesn't get more official. Well, it does get more official than this, but this is very official.
Now to some breaking news. Singer David now considered a suspect in the death investigation of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. A source with knowledge of the investigation telling Eyewitness News the 14-year-old was found dead on September 8th
14?
in the trunk of a Tesla.
I thought she was 15. She's 14? This is insane.
Registered to the singer after investigators found the remains. The LAPD executed a search warrant at a Hollywood Hills home where David had been staying. We still don't know how or when the teenager died. Sources are telling ABC News David is not cooperating with the investigation and has never cooperated despite what his PR reps have claimed. We will have more on these breaking developments throughout the afternoon.
Wow, so they were lying from the start, bro. They said he was cooperating. You heard me say that a couple minutes back. They say he was cooperating, but he haven't been cooperating. That's crazy. Y'all need to stop lying, bro. If that nigga's scared, he's scared, bro. He know what the fuck he did.
On Eyewitness News, on air and online.
So now they're saying,
All right, hey.
Now they're saying he's not cooperated. He's never cooperated. Apparently, that was a whole bunch of cap. That's very, very, very interesting.
Exactly.
Now, something I want to show you that I've seen on Reddit going around that I think is really interesting. Okay, because this ABC7 article is kind of beat around the bush, but I just want to focus in on these Instagram posts because I've seen dozens of these posts. This was only, this was what, like a couple of weeks ago, and I'm seeing these posts nonstop on pages. I've seen this same post on different pages, different text, same shit, different day in the last few days. All right, damage control's going on now. That brings me to this post on the David 2 subreddit, okay? And this only went up 5 minutes ago, all right? But I personally do feel like this is, in my opinion, valid, all right? Let's read this post because I felt like this is what was going on. David has been online astroturfing and attempting to sway public perception in his favor this whole time. Arrest this man immediately. The actual truth in this case was attacked the most across internet platforms, Reddit especially. Look at the downvote brigades, comment aggression, follow the digital footprints. If you mention anything regarding David's connection to certain entities and groups of people in Hollywood, or his weird interests and hobbies that inspire his music, you were attacked by his hired guns. David should know as well as anyone this world operates like yin and yang. For all the darkness this man and the cult that he's connected to have caused, there will be light on the other side that shines through the end. Now, all the yin and yang, light on the other side kind of things, okay? It says, yup. And he even had people infiltrate these subs. If you pay attention, you know who's in the comments. They are the deniers. Now, all of the yin and yang stuff, I'm not really like, I'm spiritual, but I don't know about all of that. But I do think that there was an astroturfing campaign going on. I do think that there was a lot of suspicious defenses, a lot of suspicious posts, and things that just didn't quite add up in this situation.
Nah, I feel the same exact way when you think about it too. Like the whole situation is very like scary and sad, and condolences out to the parents, because nobody ever want to experience nothing like this.
Now, before I get into any more reaction, I did get a little bit of flack for what I did in my previous video where I was looking at the Google like the Google searches, right? And I just wanted to say that this is interesting. Somebody else has kind of followed up with this. They said Google trend results. It is highly suspicious that somebody was searching for the name of Celeste Hernandez in California and Texas on February the 5th, March 16th, and March 27th, and August the 3rd. It would be great to know where David was during these times and what digital footprint might correlate with this information. Now, it looks like this person actually had a better search than me. Celeste Hernandez. I think I did search that, but maybe I didn't have the kind of the parameters right. But anyway, that's not really what we're interested in. What we're interested in really is these two posts. Okay, these are the two biggest posts. We're going to get everybody's reaction to this news on Reddit, in the Celeste Rivas Hernandez subreddit, and also in the David 2 subreddit. And I think people are just going to be just going crazy, basically. They're reposting just all of the backstory from the link that we've
wrap up.
Already read on TMZ. People are saying F his friends. It seems like they're officially saying she was dismembered in the NBC article and that he may have had help. His effing friends are posting all over TikTok like nothing is wrong, especially Asia. They're saying she recently deactivated her IG. Maybe this news is why. Somebody posted a screenshot earlier. Must be a glitch. They're saying she even posted a weird story. Yeah, everyone's replaceable, but not me though. You'll feel it deep down whenever you're alone. Yikes. Okay. Yikes. All right, people are bringing up that old screenshot of her apparently being informed. This is another article. This is at NBC Los Angeles. Is it the one we were just looking at, or is this a different one? This is the one they're saying now officially that she was dismembered and that he had help. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wait a minute.
If he had help, then that's some sick shit right there.
Wait a minute.
Literally.
Let's watch the news report and then let's read this article.
The LAPD has identified singer David as a suspect in connection with the death of a missing teen. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Annabelle Sedano. An LAPD source with direct knowledge of the investigation told NBC4 Investigates that singer David has been identified as a suspect in connection with the death of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas and that David is not cooperating with their investigation. This all started on September 8th when a decomposed body was found in the front trunk of a Tesla in a tow yard here in L.A. The car was registered to David. It had been impounded after someone reported the vehicle abandoned in the Hollywood Hills. The remains were identified as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, who had been reported missing by her family in Lake Elsinore last year. Police tell NBC4 Investigates that Rivas likely died in the spring and that David likely had help to dismember and dispose of the body. We're continuing to track new developments in the case.
Yo, dismembering, like having a body fucking dismembered though, bruh. Like, that's the most sickest shit in the book. Like, I understand, like, you can dismember an animal, but dismember a human being? You know, I don't know. I guess if you could cannibalize something, you can do it to a human.
We'll have new details on the NBC by her family in Lake Elsinore last year. Police tell NBC4 Investigates that Rivas likely died in the spring and that David likely had. Police tell NBC4 Investigates that Rivas likely died in the spring and that David likely had help to dismember and dispose of the body. We're continuing to track new developments.
Whoa. They just said that the police directly told NBC that she died in the spring and that he had help to dismember and dispose of her body.
Damn, did that fly past people's heads?
It's not just David that's cooked. There's going to be a few people that are cooked. Could be people that are working at the label. Could be people that are in his little friendship group. Could be some of these fools on Instagram. Some of these fools in Discord. This is crazy. This is major. This is the biggest thing I've seen in a long time, honestly. Nah. It's really, they're really saying she was dismembered. The same source. So this is an official source, an LAPD source with direct knowledge. And it seems like NBC are getting a better source and better information than TMZ. I'm not going to lie. They got the exclusive. We didn't see this on TMZ. An LAPD source, that's an official source. That's not a leak. That's not, oh, my cousin works for the LAPD and I heard around the break room. That is an official source. He had help dismembering and disposing of the body. Other people are going to be sucked into this. And you know what? I'll keep it real. I think the reason that they're revealing this now officially is because they're going to watch. They're going to watch where everybody scatters to, right? Yeah. Everybody's going to scatter. The friends.
Everybody on radar.
Dismember the body. David himself. Everybody's going to scatter, and they're all going to be under surveillance. The cops are going to be watching every single one of them, and they're going to watch everything that they all do. They're going to be listening to what they're all saying, and they're cooked, and they're going to pick them up now.
And they're cooked. Yeah, he's funny as hell. This nigga's funny as hell. The situation definitely got very, very critical at the end of the day. And, bro, having interacting or having a dismembered body in this situation, like, I understand if she was killed, but y'all took y'all time to put her piece by piece, take her apart, bro. We gonna keep bringing that up. Dismembered. That is sick. What it do, Rat? It's sad, bro. That shit is sad.
I can't believe it. I can't believe what I'm seeing, honestly. It's actually crazy. It is actually crazy. They're officially saying she was dismembered and they had help. A lot of the people supporting him and his team are astroturfing, and kids think this is a video game. Anyone with a conscience and a developed enough brain knows that a human body doesn't end up in a Tesla without something violent and disturbing happening, especially in pieces. It's effing sad, some of the stuff that people say due to a parasocial relationship. I've seen comments on YouTube that make my skin crawl. This person said, I've noticed that people talk a big game about hating PDFs and they're thought of as some creepy old men, but once the PDF breaks that mold or is someone they like, then the victim blaming starts. Same for murderers. People will jump through hoops to justify a stranger committing a crime.
Insane.
People saying this is insane. So the reports
Reacting to David
of not having her other finger with the David tattoo might be true. Wow. They're saying that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like what we thought at the very beginning, dismembered and likely had help, and she died in the spring, were all true. But LAPD silence had everyone second guessing. I wonder why they didn't dispose of her fully. What a bunch of freaks. Him and his friends. Justice is coming. Says LAPD have also been leaking or withholding info to try and bait David. This has been the most obvious thing. When they kept saying they could have had no other charges outside of tampering with a dead body, they wanted to bait him into admitting the easiest, lowest charge. People are saying, from what I've seen, Steve Fisher, private investigator the house owner hired, say was that from his investigating, he thinks that the Tesla was just a temporary holding place for Celeste and that she hadn't made it yet to the actual burial place or whatever because the car got towed and the original plan for her body placement got ruined somehow or something along those lines.
Yo, and that's the craziest shit, bro. When you looking at all of these comments and you seeing where everybody like brain is at within this case, you start thinking in different areas of what's going on. You know what I mean? And it's interesting. It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. Interesting as hell.
Maybe that's what was in Santa Barbara. Good point. Where is Santa Barbara? Let me look that. Okay, so
What if they did like fuck up and didn't mean to leave her in the trunk? If they were supposed to dismember her somewhere else. You get what I'm saying? Like, I know that it could be a theory, but it couldn't be, because it's like, why was she in the trunk at the junkyard? You get what I'm saying? At the junkyard, the car is not gonna get junked. You would junk the car, correct?
Barbara, it's just kind of like northwest.
Nigga not crushing no Tesla.
Of Los Angeles here, and yeah, so apparently he made a random trip up to Santa Barbara in the middle of the night and just was out there for hours. Okay, that's a little bit weird, isn't it? That's a little bit weird. They're saying if he'd been keeping her since the spring, that's insane. I wonder if my original thoughts about a freezer being used here may true. Now, look, I feel like I'm a little bit dyslexic, but I be getting spring and all the different seasons mixed up. Let me Google this. Okay, so spring officially is typically beginning around March 20th or 21st. Meteorologically, it's considered to be in the months of March, April, and May, with the first day being. So they're saying that she was killed like all the way back in March, April, or May. Damn, that's messed up, man. They're saying the finger was missing. Apparently her body wasn't whole, but that was a rumor. We don't really know, because they kept changing it. I remember they said it was misinformation, and now this. Maybe they were just trying to get him comfortable enough to not leave. The way they're handling this case is very strange, to say the least. An LAPD source with direct knowledge of the investigation told NBC4 Investigates the Houston artist has not been cooperative. I wonder what this means, because cooperating usually just means the bare minimum. Probably refuse to talk with them anymore is my guess. Saying, can they arrest him now? I hope they apprehend him quick. I think an arrest is going to come soon after this, if I'm honest with you. It said they said an arrest does not seem imminent. They just have enough to build a case, but they might need more evidence to get charges that stick and are hard to be litigated against. They're saying for murder, not until they've cemented his involvement with proper evidence and it's confirmed she was murdered. He's a potential suspect in a potential homicide. His arrest charge needs to match her cause of death, if that makes sense. Okay. He was arrestable for a multitude of charges out the gate, and it's just up to the prosecution and state's attorney as to what they want to try and court. Also, this is not a direct stamp from the cops, press release, or something of the sort. So it's a source that told TMZ. Well, it's actually bigger than a source that told TMZ.
If they arrest him, then they're gonna have to deal with his fucking lawyers. Fuck.
Now we're actually getting, did ABC have their own source, or are they just parroting what TMZ said? The singer David's considered a suspect. a source with knowledge told Eyewitness News on Tuesday. So they're actually, what's happening here, right? We're seeing TMZ, ABC Eyewitness News, and NBC. They're all saying that they're having direct contact with the LAPD who are giving them this information. So this is official. This isn't, oh, some guy that knows Harvey from TMZ said that he thinks. This is official. Like this, bruh. He's cooked, in my opinion. He's cooked, in my opinion, okay? They're saying hopefully he doesn't take the weak way out. What a coward. Finally, what was he doing in Santa Barbara? They're saying fork found in the kitchen. In other news, water is wet. We all knew, all right? We all knew that this was coming eventually. Listen, this might be the remote area from the spring trip they were talking about. The visual for his song, There Goes My Baby, shows a remote place with mountains, nature, and a wide landscape, and the song was heavily influenced by her. This place was probably a special spot for him where he was with her and found inspiration from Celeste.
Nah, this shit is fucking sick, though. You feel me? Yeah, I don't think it's any more that if y'all want to go on the Reddit, y'all could definitely search up either one of their names, you feel me, and do y'all research upon it. But this information is definitely interesting. Knowing that he had help is fucking crazy. Knowing that he was involved, well, it's only an opinion. If he was involved, you're fucking sick, bro. If you were involved in this shit and your friends were involved in this shit, you're sick, bro. Other than that, bro, there's nothing more for me to say about David. You're weird, you're cooked, you're fried. You done mess with an underage girl. You feel me? That's my opinion. Like, you could have did better than that, bro. You got too much money to be doing all that weird shit. But money don't make a motherfucker weird. You know what I'm saying? They be weird on their own.